A new fan of the sport made this graphic depicting the evolution of MMA, clearly based on how it's spelt. It's an Ilia Topuria fanboy. Most of them are new to the sport. They just don't know any better. In this video, they will be educated, however. So, starting with Royce Gracie, then to Chuck Liddell, then to Georges St Pierre, on to Conor McGregor, and finally with peak MMA is Ilia Topuria. That's what the graphic would have you believe, but the truth is, Georges St Pierre is a better fighter than Ilia Topuria. He's a more well-rounded fighter. He is the most well-rounded fighter the UFC has ever held under their promotion, and he is also one of the most accomplished. He is the most accomplished welterweight to ever exist, inside the UFC, outside the UFC, within the umbrella of MMA and combat sports. Georges St Pierre is the most accomplished welterweight fighter, and the idea that Ilia Topuria or Conor McGregor are the evolved versions of him is ridiculous, because if that's the case, this isn't evolution, because MMA would have peaked right here, okay? Now, I do want to stick up for Royce Gracie and Chuck Liddell here. In their primes, they would 100% be competitive in today's day and age. Royce Gracie would be just like Charles Oliveira in the sense that Justin Gaethje, Michael Chandler, and Dustin Poirier would be afraid to follow him up to the ground. Many fighters are able to drop Charles Oliveira, but they do not follow him to the ground. Why? Because they are nervous and scared and aware of how dangerous his jiu-jitsu is. Royce Gracie, if you don't know about the Gracie family, they are literally jiu-jitsu. That is their identity. So, that's the last person you want to be going to the ground with. And I'm sure if he had modern-day training techniques, he would have some tricks or two up his sleeve when it came to the striking, or even ways to get the fight down to the ground. Then, I want to bring it over to Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell, man, he's a guy who had great timing, good striking, could throw kicks and punches, and when he smelled blood in the water, he swarmed on you and got you up out of there. And I truly believe prime Chuck Liddell could beat Jamal Hill. He could beat a Yuri Prochazka. He could beat even a guy like Khalil Roundtree. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't look at the landscape of the light heavyweight division today and think, oh my God, Chuck Liddell couldn't compete. Are there certain matchups where he may have a hard time? Like, let's say Ankalaev or someone that could, maybe even Alex Pereira, people like that, yeah, sure. But there's also fights in that top 10 of the light heavyweight division, that top 5, where Chuck Liddell would be competitive. And depending on who has the belt at the time, it's not crazy to say that he could be champion. I mean, again, Jamal Hill was champion. If he had fought Jamal Hill for the belt, I'm sure a prime Chuck wins that fight. So that's my point here, guys. This idea that, the sport has evolved, it's kind of nonsense. It's kind of nonsense. I say it all the time. Technique is timeless. And, a good jiu-jitsu guard back in 1993 is still a good jiu-jitsu guard in 2025. It's the technique that is timeless. A good jab is a good jab. I don't care if it was Jack Johnson of the early 1900s throwing that jab, or if it was, I don't know, Dimitri Bivol of 2025. A good jab is a good jab. It does not matter. It's about the technique, and people like to give the new generation far too much credit. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, whether you agree or disagree. It does not matter. Just join the discussion, follow for more, and leave a like if you enjoyed the time spent. Thank you. You are all appreciated.